it's just amazing. You know, it can drain you. Sure, you got to come home and recharge, do the batteries, but I think absolutely getting to work together because you know we worked on the show together, but then to kind of work in a deeper way here on this set with him and his brother and a couple other cats that we knew, um, it was kind of surreal because it was different.
First off, I'm going to start with the congratulations. The Flower That Never Wilts is having a great response from the festival scene. How does that feel for you guys?
It's really good. I mean, we were just talking about it. Anytime you put your art out, you don't know how it's going to be received. So it's amazing to get a positive response. You know, we want as many people to be affected by it. So whenever it's something is recognized like that, you have to feel good.
Yeah, you have to feel good. It's just like you said, you're putting the art out there, you're putting kind of what you created out there and people are enjoying it. It's a positive feeling.
Now, the two of you actually met through the show All American, and I'm super curious to know, how does your current role differ from your previous role in All American?
Oh man, night and day. You know, on All American, I play a 19-year-old kid by the name of Jordan Baker. You know, we've seen him come through high school. Now he's living in college. And just to kind of step into this role with the Flower That Never Wilts, you know, he's a mid-20s, early 30s guy, and he's been through a lot more. He's just lived more life, right? And he's trying to pull his best friend out of this deep, dark hole that he is in. And it's just a lot more gritty than, you know, the high school football star. He hasn't experienced as much life. Jordan, I mean, but Damien definitely has seen some things, man. So
he has a mustache.
He has a mustache. He's got chops. And it's a totally different time period. So again, just a different mindset and a lot of. It was a lot of fun.
To get out of the high school roles and I mean it's an art house film, so it differs from network. They touch on very similar subjects. Even you know, All American goes to where a lot of other shows haven't in terms of like talking about mental health and drug use and abuse and subjects like that. But you know, with an art house film, you're able to show it in a different light a little bit.
Absolutely.
And now I would assume that you guys probably have all these opportunities to portray certain roles. And what gravitated you both to Damien and Simon when you were picking this project?
Please.
Well, my brother is the writer and director. And so we came up with this concept back in December of 2021. And we worked on it for so long. And with both of us, we've dealt with mental health issues and traumas in our lives and just, you know, how we've grown up. And so he writes from personal experience. Even though it's a 1970s piece and he didn't live in the 1970s.
21 years old.
Yeah. So but we are able to, you know, pull, you know, just our own life into it. And, you know, I gravitated towards this situation because, you know, this is not a spoiler, but Simon loses his wife, and that's kind of where we see him a year later dealing with the repercussions of that type of tragedy. And I've lost several people in my own life, and I have a wife now, and so I can relate to, you know, different losses, and especially if I ever lost her. So,
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. For me, you know, it was a lull period in filming, and TJ and Chris approached me with this short film, this concept, and I gave it a read. And not to, like, I guess, piggyback off of what he was saying, but I've experienced a lot of, I guess, there's some connections to, you know, losing people via, you know, drug abuse and mental health issues. And so to kind of be on the other side of it, and the character that I played trying to pull him out of this dark depth, it resonated with me because I want to be able to do that in my life for the people. I want to be able to do that for the people that I've lost, you know. Unfortunately, you can't do that, but to be able to kind of play that character, hopefully, you know, people can see this film and realize that, you know, it gets better. And there is a way out. Unfortunately, not everybody sees that or finds it, but to be able to portray that character, it was a little bit of a soul searching for me, honestly. And it got dark at times, but that's part of it, you know. I think that's part of it. You might be able to see yourself in any one of these characters, like whether you're going through it, whether you're in Damien's shoes and you have a loved one who's going through it, whether you've experienced, you know, somebody who's already left this world. And hopefully people can find peace from watching this. And like I said earlier, hopefully people can find and understand the fact that it doesn't have to be that way. And you can, you know, crawl out of the depth that you're in. But it's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to, you know, seek that help from others and to accept the help that people are willing to give to you. Because I think sometimes, most of the time, that's the hardest thing to achieve is to accept that help.
So the film also, I mean, obviously there is pain, but it also explores the beauty of life and what makes life beautiful and meaningful. And I'm super curious to know, how would you guys define the beauty of life?
Oh, I think it's through friends like this guy right here.
Yeah.
I mean, the community you build. Like I said, I mean, I have the most amazing wife ever. And then I have amazing friends, amazing people I work with on top of that. Like whenever you can work with friends, that makes it even better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know, that's really like, I pull from being around people. That's what energizes me. I know some people pull from are energized by kind of being themselves. I mean, being alone, but for me, it's being around people. So
I'm I have to agree with him. I'm the opposite. I'm an introvert, so I like to kind of recharge and rejuvenate by being in here. But when I am around the people that I appreciate and good friends like TJ here to my left, it's just amazing. You know, it can drain you. Sure, you got to come home and recharge, do the batteries, but I think absolutely getting to work together because you know, we worked on the show together, but then to kind of work in a deeper way here on this set with him and his brother and a couple other cats that we knew. It was kind of surreal because it was different. It was just different. But I guess to find the joy in life is his friends, family, and the work for me. Absolutely.
especially when you can reach an artistic high. As artists, we did that on this film.
Absolutely.
There's
that scene in the bedroom,
the grittiest scene of the film. There was yelling, there was throwing things, there was tears. I think after the last take, I like bolted out of the house that we were filming at, and you came out after, and there was like no talking. It was just a space of, that was such a beautiful
it was like checking in without checking in.
You
know what I'm saying? And we really went there, and hopefully people enjoy the film.
And I'm curious to know, do you guys feel like this film challenged you guys as actors once you're on such a kind of powerful medium?
Absolutely. Yeah, and this goes back to kind of the first question, you know, going from a network show, playing a high school kid, college kid, to jumping into the grittiness, because my character didn't really go through, and on All American didn't really go through like the drug abuse world, the mental health world, and so to kind of jump into that, and although experiencing it throughout, you know, I guess strains in my life, to kind of take that and make it into this character, and then bring it to life on set was challenging, but it was an excitement of challenging, because after I read the script, I was like, oh, this is it. So challenging for sure, different for sure, but happy I had the opportunity to be able to do it.
It was cool for me to get out of the sports world. I mean, I end up always being a sports character. Even I was just in the film Babylon, which has nothing to do with sports, but I played a USC football player. So somewhere I'm always in the realm of sports.
He's an athlete.
I mean, I used to play college football, so I guess that is a niche. But I mean, I spent from December to up till we filmed at the end of June in prepping for this role. I ended up losing 13 pounds. I ended up, like, I grew out my hair, I grew out my sideburns. I took painting classes from a Ukrainian famous teacher that's here out in LA. There was a lot of prep, and then obviously, you know, you're going into the 1970s, like that's a whole other world that we've not experienced, you know, only being in our 20s. So yeah, love challenges like that. Love challenges like that.